Hello, this is Dangerous Minds, and I'm Richard Metzger. Joining me today from his hotel room in New York City is Alejandro Jodorowsky. Hello, sir.
Hello.
So, since you are in New York City for the screenings of your films at the Museum of Modern Art, my first question for you is, what are your thoughts about Occupy Wall Street?
Well, I was in Chile, it was the same thing. I was in Spain, it was the same thing in all the world. The young person are making that because they don't have what they need to have. That is very good. But what is not so good is they have, well, if they give, they obtain what they need, how will be his life? What they are searching spiritually? It's only economical for the moment, no? Mm-hmm. But where we are going in the consciousness, where is the soul? Where is what you are really and not what the other wants you to be? What is the doctrine? What is that? Mm-hmm. And that is, it's important to know the economy is not human now, and it's need to be changed. And need to think about young person, what they will do in the world. Mm-hmm. But this young person need to think in what way they will change the world, because they are asking for the same. Mm-hmm. To have something more in this world. But this world is ill. How we will heal in the world? How we need to heal the earth? We need to heal the society. We need to heal the economy. We need to heal our ideas. We need to have a mutation, open our brain.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you have a chance to actually visit Occupy Wall Street since you've been in New York City?
I was here with the snow. It was close here. It was difficult, but I will go to see that.
Mm-hmm. I think you should, actually. I just returned last week.
What I should? Mm-hmm. I am not obliged. Why I need to go to see? What I will do if I see that? You are going to see that? Why I must go? Tell me.
Because of the energy. I think because I'm an American, it was very interesting to me to see other American people thinking.
For me, it's very important to see persons who are not American thinking. Because the world is not only America.
Well, no, of course.
The whole planet who is having the problem. You have a problem here, all the planet are having your problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't mean it in a parochial sense, but I mean as an American person, it was very interesting for me to see this kind of energy, because in this country, you know, we think things have moved to a right-wing political perspective.
Why are you speaking about you as an American? You are living in a planet. You are not living in a country.
Yeah, well,
Don't
yes.
be so American. Be a human being, you.
I will try for the rest of the interview at least. But you know what I mean. I mean, American people, you think of them as being not very politically engaged. So when it happens for the first time in many, many years, I think it's a very important thing. A new energy.
Listen, in Chile, I was not there because there are 40 years I was not living there. But in Chile, there are very, 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 very rich person and a lot of poor person. And then the poor person take the cholera because it's dirtiness, cholera, the illness. The rich person start to fear because the cholera came to them. They cannot eat fish, they cannot eat the product of the sea. And then here you have no problem, but the problem will come. The problem who are outside United States will come here. And then the problem who the Argentine have with the banks, the Chilean have, all these persons, the economy in the world will come here, and you will have problems. Mm-hmm. That is the problem. Mm-hmm. We need to change it. You need to change it.
I agree. I've heard you in the past say that revolution was impossible because of the system, and but that mankind will always mutate. And I'm wondering, are we, the situation, do you see political revolution, or do you see evolution, mutation?
I see re-evolution. I see mutation. Revolution can do nothing. They prime a power and they put another power. French Revolution failed. Mexican Revolution failed. Russian Revolution failed. Revolution is not this thing. We need to change our mind. If we don't change our mind, we will kill the planet. Mm-hmm. That is the reality.
Mm-hmm. Now, many younger people seek out older people or perhaps a guru because they think, well, this person knows something that I do not know, and I want to know it. As someone who is seen as a shaman or as a sort of guru figure yourself, when you were younger, did you ever search for a guru, and who was that?
Yes, yes, because my father was atheist. He was a communist Stalinist, dressed as a Stalin. And then he said to me when I have 4 years old, you die, you wrote, and it's finished. And then I was searching and metaphysical aspirin in order to have something to believe. My father gave me nothing. And then I need a father. I search a guru. I find a Japanese monk in Mexico who is one of the few honest person I know. And I learned how to meditate. And then I start to work with the healing popular brujos in Mexico, with Pachita, who was a person who opened your body with a knife and makes things. I don't know if it was true or not. I learned how to heal with the popular person. It was interesting. I was searching. All my life I was searching to learn why I will die.
Well, let me ask you a question. What could your father have said to you at the age of 4 that would have changed that in your life in some way? What could he have told you at that time about you? If you asked your father, why are we here? Why are we exist? What is a good answer for a father to give a son?
The good answer is to answer the question of the child. Not answer the question the child doesn't ask it. If I say, ask it, what the child asks to you? And then I have a child who see the smoke of the atomic fabric and say to me, what is that? I say, ¿cómo se dice las nubes? The clouds. The smoke was the clouds. Huh? I say to him, it's a factory of clouds. And when he had 20 years, still he believed was a fabric of clouds. And when I say no, it's an atomical factory, he say, why do you lie to me? Because a child believes everything you say to them. And then, when he have a question, you need to answer the truth. What is God? Myself, I will answer, I don't know, because God is not something you can think about. You cannot describe that. I will say, it's an energy, I will say, myself. I will say my truth. You need to say to your child, your truth with humility. But if they don't answer, don't say nothing.
Interesting. So to continue on in this same kind of way, in the 1960s and in the 1970s, we had the classic counterculture. And there were countercultures, figures and leaders like John Lennon or Allen Ginsberg, Timothy Leary, you yourself. I read a recent poll that said that young people around the world, 75% of them, say that they are looking for non-political leaders to emerge. But I had a very difficult time thinking of who is this person, and I don't know who this is. Who do you see who is known, who is famous in the culture, who you think this is a wise person? Anyone?
You. You are a wise person. When I am speaking with you,
we just met.
When I am speaking with you, I am listening a young person who have wisdom in yourself, because inside your head you have millions and millions of neuronas, the cells inside. You have a fantastic machine, a fantastic power in your mind. You are a master. You don't know, evidently, but you are. Every person is a genius. We need to open the ego trip and go to the inside of ourselves. And any person is a teacher, anyone.
Well, I will accept your very nice compliment. So, my next question is, if you can believe what you read on the internet, it's been reported that you have actually started to make your new film this month in Chile. Is this true?
I am trying to do. It's true. I have it. It's very, very near to be sure. I don't want to announce that, but I have two pictures in possibility. In picture is not produced by me. I will not speak about that. In second picture, is produced by me, who is my life, the beginning of my life in a little town of Chile. I write a book, The Dance of Reality. It's a magic life I have there. I will shoot that with my own money. Mm-hmm. I will do this picture in order to lose money.
Ah, I see.
Yes, because all the movies, Hollywood movies, are saying this picture cost $500 million and make that amount of dollar. It's fantastic. They are not art, they are only business. And then myself, I will make art. Then I will make a picture in order to lose everything I put inside.
Why is to lose money a goal?
Because you will not understand. You are American. You are God's daughter. How you will understand that?
You have a whole room of people laughing here, at my expense, of course. But, well, here's the question. There are so many stories about your intensity when you are directing a motion picture. Do you think that at this stage of your life you will still behave like a criminal madman on your film set?
Still at my age, I have erections because I love my wife. And then when I shoot a picture, I have all the time in erection. Sexual erection, I have. This is what I am. And then picture for me is to realize myself with all my human being. With my body, with my sex, with my heart, and with my mind. I am still that.
Wonderful. It's funny, everybody in this room is going like this.
You want to show how I am? No, at this moment I have an erection. Because an interview is art.
Okay. I'm glad we have this on video. It wouldn't be the same in text. So, sir, when I interviewed the novelist William Gibson recently, he told me that the thing, in the morning, when he opens the internet, the first thing he looks at is Twitter. Because he says that on Twitter, he can receive the information from the smartest people he knows and what they think is important. You are an avid user of Twitter. What do you get out of it?
Listen, I have communication because in this moment I have 300,000 followers. 300, I don't know how to say the numbers in English. It's 300 more 000. 300,000 is that?
Yes.
That is for the moment it's growing 1,000 by a day. And then I don't speak about me. I think Twitter is the haiku of our century. It's 140 characters, and there you need to put your mind in that limit. And then it's very strong, like literature. Very quickly, very strong, very important. I love that. This is our literature of our century.
That's a very interesting way to put it. I've never heard Twitter called haiku before, and I think it's very interesting. It shows you the power of it. It is a kind of poetry.
Go Twitter, Alejandro Jodorowsky. Alejandro Jodorowsky. You will read that. You will see. Mm-hmm. It's good.
Now, who do you follow?
You need to organize your mind. I will tell you why. Because you speak so quickly. Who is following you? Why you are escaping? Why you not making interview slowly, like that? Why you cannot speak like that in this mechanical thing? You are not human. You are following. Why?
Well, I will tell you, for friends of mine who know me, they know I'm speaking very slowly today.
Yes. Ah, yes.
Yes.
Why you are escaping of what? Of yourself, of your desire?
Oh, I don't know.
You are scared to be raped?
Huh?
Tell me the truth.
No. No, that I'm not afraid of. Not at the moment. But let me ask you, so who do you follow on Twitter and why?
I follow. Who I am following? My two sons, I have Brontes and Adanovsky, my son. That is this is the person I am following. Two young poetess, two women poetess, I am following. Mm-hmm. I am following an idiot who did awful things. I am following that in order to know how an idiot can be in Twitter and what he can do it. And then I get enthusiastic. I am following 40 idiots. The most idiot possible, 40, in order to know what can happen to the world with this enormous quantity of idiots.
An idiot haiku.
They are destroying the planet.
Yes, I believe you're right. Now, let me ask you another question. Now, what do you know now? You are past the age of 80. What do you know in this decade?
I passed the age of 80 in the body.
Sorry?
In my mind, in the body, I passed the age of 80. Mm-hmm. But in my mind, I am younger than you.
This I can believe because I was born middle-aged.
You are an old man.
I was born middle-aged, yes. But what about the wisdom? What do you know at 80 that you did not know 1 decade ago?
When before this age, I speak about things. Now, I don't speak about things. I am the thing. I studied the tarot years. Now I am a tarot. I can read the tarot to you immediately. You want to read you tarot like this?
Yes, I think that would be great.
Tell me a number between 1 and 22.
21.
Yes. Another. This is the world. Another.
3.
This is the Emperatrice. Another.
5.
This is the Pope. Listen. Then you started with the world. 21. It's the world. But the world needs to be in the end. If you started with the world, that meaning when you was born, your mother have difficulties to put you into the world. It's possible she wanted a girl, not a man. This is why you are running like that. But you became to yourself, you are searching something more than the reality, which is before. You are searching for an idea who can guide you to be yourself. That is the tarot.
Interesting.
What did you say? You have to say nothing, eh?
Well, no, I don't know what to say, but I will ask you this. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on Twitter with a haiku.
Don't think, because you think too much. Go to the heart.
Okay.
Empty mind and full of heart. You need to love.
So do you feel that at this stage in your life that you are coming to a full understanding of who you are?
Nobody in this world, nobody knows who he is. Because the scientific know only 1% of the universe. The other part is black. You don't know what it is. And then we are the universe. And then we know 1% of us what we are. You don't know yourself, I don't know myself. It's a mystery. But we are the mystery. And then we don't know. Ramakrishna was a big mystic Indian. And person asked to him, do you believe in God? He said, no. How? A mystic like you don't believe in God? No, I don't believe in God. I know God. One thing is to believe in this thing. The other thing is to be this thing, to know this thing. And then I don't know who I am, but I am what I am.
Interesting.
So, some days, like sitting in the side of a river, I see me living and it's fantastic. It's fantastic to be alive. Every day in the morning, I wake me, I say, what a happiness, what a gift, another day. Another day is an enormous jewel. And do you know something? There are only one day. The universe have only one day which is eternal. Day is eternal. There are not a lot of day. This is the calendar. The calendar is not, it's funny, it's not real. There are only one present here, there. It's eternal. This is what I think.
Well, how can people experience the magical side of reality in their everyday life?
Listen, we have first the left side rational, right side intuitive, and then we have that, but we are afraid. We are living in what we believe is the reality, but intuition is there. And in order to feel that, you must not be afraid of yourself. Don't be afraid. Go. Look yourself. Attention. Go and see you without fear, without criticism. Accept whatever you are. Accept. See. Look yourself. That is the thing.
Aleister Crowley said that one of the goals of his magical life was to communicate with extraterrestrial or interdimensional or alien life forms, things which are more intelligent.
Aleister Crowley said that, but the comic American, the Mexican, Tintan, was a comic of movies, Mexican, said, I don't ask it to God who give me something. I ask it to God who put me where the are things. That is this Tintan. I want to be where the things are. I don't want somebody give me something. For me, Aleister Crowley is a dead person. Nothing more. And not even a big magician, because he was a negative person, a destructive person. Very wise. He knows a lot of things, but don't realize the essence of life is to be kind, to be humble, no? To be a mortal thing without power. The only power I want, like a magician, is the power to help you. I am making this interview to help you.
Great. Okay. I'm here. It's good.
Yes.
So,
what happened with your eyes?
Sorry?
What happened with your eyes?
My eyes?
Yes, what happened?
Because, why do you ask?
Ask it yourself. What I am asking that.
What happened to my eyes?
Yes. How you feel your eyes?
Pretty good. Nearsighted.
Well, the tarot is a language, like the German, the English, the Spanish, but it's a visual language. They are the auditive language, Japan, Mexican, etc., and the visual language, only one, the tarot. And then the eyes have a wisdom. The ears have not, the ear has his own wisdom. But a person who is developing his mind have the language of the intellect, the language of the emotional, the language of the sex, and the language of the body in the same time.
Do you feel that the imagery of tarot should change over time? And have you ever thought about designing your own tarot deck?
In the beginning, I did with all the idiots in the world, make my own tarot. Dali make an idiot tarot. There are a tarot of James Bond. There are a lot of tarot. The Rider tarot. But they are only real tarot who came from the Middle Age with the tarot of Marseille. And then, a sacred thing, how is a sacred thing? An art is sacred when you have nothing to add it and nothing to take out. It's perfect. The Tarot of Marseille is the real tarot, the first tarot and the real tarot. The all others are copies, but bad copies, because they don't have the secret of the sacred thing. Mm-hmm. This is what I believe.
Do you ever consult the I Ching?
Yes, a lot, but the Ching, the problem is the traduction. You have traduction of the Ching made by this priest, masculinist, against the female. Even Jung make a mistake with this translation of I Ching. Now, for the first time in France, they are translator of the I Ching as he is. And the I Ching as he is, the line which is broken, this is the interest, what go with like a river. And the line where right, flat, like that, this is a rock. And this we need to make fluid. The last word of Confucius said, I lost my teeth because they was duros, dur, no sé cómo duro. It was solid. I conserved my tongue because she was molle. She was I don't know the word, blanda. I cannot say. Voy a decir en español, conservé mis dientes porque eran duros. No, perdí mis dientes porque eran duros y conservé mi lengua porque era blanda. Es decir, all the wisdom Chinese of this time is the mixing of what is permanent and what is going like a river. ¿N'est pas? Difficult. Excuse me, I speak Spanish, English like Speedy Gonzalez. Excuse me.
Let me ask you, what have you learned more from women or from men in your life, from the female or from the males?
I don't make difference. For me, in sex, yes, I am heterosexual. Why? I am like that, no? It's not. I am like that. I like woman, no? But when I speak with a woman, it's a human being like me. I don't see the difference. And then I learn the same quantity with woman than man. It's half of the planet. I see. I have a lot of learning of woman, a lot of learning of man.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that women know something that men don't know? There's a special kind of feminine wisdom that...
That is a masculine legend because from centuries we put away the goddess and we take the father god. And then evidently they say for man is intelligence and for woman is intuition. They are silly but intuition. No! They have the same intelligence than me, a man. I have the same intuition like a woman. But we need to develop that. We need to develop. We are complementary. Mm-hmm. We are complementary. Mm-hmm. But the intelligence, the woman intelligence is very, very, very clear, I tell you.
Now, are you still helping people with your psychomagic therapy?
Yes, all the time.
Can you tell me about a recent success that you've had?
Because I am not asking money. I make the tarot without money. I go to a coffee in Paris, near my house. Every Wednesday, I sit there. I read the tarot to any person who comes, free. I give my counsel of psychomagic to any person who is there, free. I have 4 children, man. And when one of my child have 24 years, from one day to the other, he died in a crash accident. It's terrible. And then that I became to a crisis. But everything is for the good, because changed my life. I realized for the first time I was doing an art, an action about my ego, about myself. I wanted to be that. No, I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to do all that. Myself. I say, what is doing an artist? What is art? Art is all this craziness thing I am seeing in the museum, who are really music halls, no? Without only form and nothing deep in the human soul. What kind of artists are there only attacking, only making discussion, political things, but who is searching the mutation of the soul? I say to me, I want to make an art who can heal the person, who can heal the world. But it's too big, enormous. How I will do that? I cannot change the world. Yes, I cannot change the world, but I can start to change the world. How I can start to change the world? I can start to change myself. If I can change myself, what I can do? I cannot change myself, but I can try to give richness to the world, make a better world. I started like that, I changed all my action like that. Who are the young person? Are your children? Are your brothers, the young person? And then you need to help all these persons as they are your family. That this person are you. Are you who are protesting? If some person is ill, I am ill. If some person doesn't eat, I am not eaten. If a person have a problem, I have the problem. If some person have the joy, I am happy. If some person is satisfied, I am satisfied. I am the others.
Mr. Jodorowsky, thank you very much. I think that's a perfect place to end. I can't think of a question that would be better to ask you at this point than what you just said. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy your trip to New York.
Wait, nothing ends. Everything is a continuation. Today, we continue the conversation we are having from the beginning of the universe. Goodbye.
Goodbye.